Hey guys, what's up? This is Cavion. September 1st, 2020, and I am starting a vlog now. So I have a lot of things going on for me musically that I'm preparing for. Um, I also have, plans that I'm setting in motion to be better as a musician, as an artist, as a businessman, because my music is also my business. Excuse me. I don't just want to be a famous artist touring the world. I want to be able to create wealth, you know, not just be rich, but excuse me, be wealthy. And I want to use that um, to support my family, my friends who have their own businesses. I want to be able to make enough money to be able to financially, invest what they need without them having to worry about paying it back. But this vlog is about everything outside of my music. This vlog is about, what I'm going through in life in general. And this first video is gonna touch on, you know, the dating scene, or lack thereof. Now I get it, okay? Like, I totally get it. It's a pandemic, quarantine, post quarantine, re quarantine stuff, depends on where you live in America. I understand, or where you live in the world. Um, I understand, obviously, dating is gonna be lacking, you know. But something that I've come to realize the hard way is that I have been putting in way too much effort. I just I've been doing too much unnecessarily. Um, if I'm talking to a woman, I'll obviously, as a man, old school, you make the first move. You show interest because that's what it's supposed to be. Um, yeah, and that's all that happens. I make the first move and silence, or I make the first move. Then there's interaction going on, and then when I create a plan, in order to either go on a date or meet up to have fun or whatever, you know, it just never pans out. Or if it does pan out, it's always like some confusing something. And I know I've been um, guilty of being confusing before, and I've worked on that. But it doesn't seem like that's reciprocated. I just don't like it. Like I'm gonna be honest. I just don't like it. If you're not interested in me, let me know you're not interested. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. There are racist people out in the world, so I know for a fact that I'm not gonna be everyone's first pick when it comes to dating. I get it, but don't act like you're interested and then not be interested, because then you're wasting my time, and I hate that. I hate it when my time is wasted. Do not waste my time. I spent the past 3, 4 years struggling, not having a place to live more than once, um, struggling with drinking way too much, uh, you know, my mental state of being overly stressed all the time from not having a place to live. I dealt with that for 3 to 4 years, you know, and I spent that time knowing what it is that I wanted to do and focused on my music. And now we're in 2020, and I've been in my house most of the time for not just because of quarantine, but in general. Like I found a place to live, as you can see. I have a room. I have a job or two, and I'm able to sit here and be paid to work from home. I'm grateful for that. I'm blessed to have that, and I know that. And I know not everybody has that opportunity. I know a lot of people are struggling right now during this quarantine because of unemployment, because of you know unknowing what's going to happen next. And it's not selfish for me to say this. I have earned this time to relax. I've earned this leisure time, and I say leisure time in the sense of I don't have to sleep on the train and worry about someone taking my stuff. I don't have to go to the bar and drink a lot in order to numb the pain of me not having a safe environment to be in. So this has been a blessing for me personally because not only do I have a place to live and a job, but I have a place to live and a job that I can do from home, still get paid to pay my bills and pay my rent, and really just sleep in bed most of the day because I need to be in a calm state, in a relaxed place in my life, at peace, namaste, namaste. But yeah, it's it's just not cool, man. Like I said all that, I said all of that just to say I don't appreciate my time being wasted because I know what I want for my life and I know what I don't. And what I don't want is a bunch of women playing head games with me. If you want to play games, that's fine. I'm just not going to participate. I'll be a spectator, but I won't be a participator. I'm just not, you know? And I see that a lot of women have this idea of, I'm the prize. He'll be lucky if he had me. I look good. I'm all shapely and curvy and thick. Me personally, I like a thick woman, but that's for my own personal reasons. I'm not going to get into that. I just like thick women. But I've had cupcakes. I like women with cake, but I had women with cupcakes. I'm not gonna base my interaction with a woman solely on her looks. I don't look. Kim Kardashian is hot. I'm not attracted to her. I just like her vibe. I just don't vibe with her. So it's never about just the looks. And that's my whole point. My whole point is the fact that even if you look good to me, if your vibe's just gonna give me, wishy-washy, then you're really you're not helping your cause here. And I know, like, oh, I'm a cute girl, like I could do all this, like I could get whatever man I want. And it's like, okay, cool, that's great, all the more power to you. But I'm not, I'm not with that. It's just not. It's not my cup of tea. It really isn't. And I know there are good women out there. I know for a fact there are good women out there. Trust me, it's not like they're a dying breed. They're not. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. But I do know that the majority of interactions I've had with women have become more and more, um, what's the word? Uh, Revealing, I guess. You know, that's not the exact word I was thinking of, but let's just say revealing. It's revealing, you know, and my mom taught me how to cook when I was 10 years old. I've been cooking. I'm 30 years old now. I've known how to cook for 20 years. I cook my food every few days because I cook, you know, I cook in like a meal prep kind of thing, so that way I have my meals ready for the next few days or whatever. But I'm not a fat person. I'm not overweight. I actually looked it up. I'm actually at normal weight for my height and my age. What am I? Last time I went on a scale, which was like a few weeks ago, I was 150, 157, I think, 158, something like that. So I'm not a heavy dude. Like I just need to work out a little bit more, which I know you can't see it, but I got my weights over there. So what I'm saying is, I'm a man that knows how to take care of himself. You know, I have a skincare routine that I do. You know, I shave, even though I don't shave as much as I like to because, or as much as I should, because this is all I grow. Like, if I were to shave this off, I would have nothing for a month and a half. This would take a month and a half to grow, and it's barely anything. But yeah, I keep my room clean relatively. Um, more or less an organized person, and it's really, it's really not. It's not cute. It's not a cute thing to have to deal with these women who act like they're the best thing since sliced bread. You know, I don't need that. I really don't. And it legitimately hurts me to say this because I'm a person that has wanted to be in a relationship before. Like, when I was in a relationship, I I never looked at another woman. I had no need to. Like, that's my woman right there. Like, I'm not, like, I understand how grateful I am. So, why would I be stupid and try to look at another girl? But it's something that I've learned from watching these YouTube videos that the algorithm, for some reason, brought me to these videos. I don't know, but there comes this point where I've realized, excuse me, it's come to this point where I've realized that I don't want to be bothered. I really don't. I don't want to be bothered with these women who give me headache for no reason. You know, I went out on a date, right? I went out on a date this past weekend, and I met this girl on one of those dating apps and whatever, and it was cool. This dating app has some pretty cool like icebreaker lines that they help you out with. So I definitely remembered some for later on, but I was having a good time. We were having a good time. Conversation on the app was good. We exchanged numbers. Conversation there was good. Met up. Conversation there was pretty good. Um, went out for drinks, but it wasn't like a date thing. She was just like, I don't want a date. I just I'm looking for a relationship, and I told her I'm not. I'm just looking to have fun. Like I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? And she was like, okay, cool. So we met up, and we went Dutch, which is cool. I like this. It was a pretty hefty bill considering I normally don't run up that large of a bill when it comes to me going out. But I'm usually, enjoying my own company. But anyway, we split the bill down the middle, 50-50. It was all good. And the next day, I texted her, and I said, hey, you want to come over and chill, hang out or whatever? And, she was like, no, I don't know, I told her, I said I just want to be friends, which some women will do. They'll be like, yeah, I just want to be friends, but then she's giving off all the signs that she's, not wanting to be friends, So I don't get it. I don't like being confused. So throughout the date before, like the date that we just had the night before, she was saying, "Oh, you're a bully" and stuff like that. You're saying that stuff, and I knew she was joking, but I also knew like she was just upset because I would let her just get away with, saying whatever because I don't do that. Like I'm not gonna let you. I've done that in the past. I've done that over the past 5 years, just letting women kind of get away with saying whatever and just being non-confrontational, just trying to like keep it moving. But then I'm just like, I don't know if I'm being a bully. I might be being an a-hole, which I have no problem with because that's kind of who I am. I'm pretty much an a-hole, but I'm an a-hole that gives a crap. You know, if you need me for something, if an emergency were to happen, I'll be there for you, like in a snap, like no question, no hesitation. I'm there to I'm there for you. But yeah, like you gotta, unless there's some big emergency that happens, unless there's some dire situation going on, you gotta earn that. You can't just use me because I'm a caring person, and I've been used because I'm a caring person. So anyway, um, she calls me something out of my name, and I don't like. After that, I was done. Just simply done. What she called me? She called me Twinkle Toed Fairy Boy. Now, for some people, that might not offend them. You know, that's like that's like if you that's like if you called I don't even have to say like a simile for that. A simile. There needs to be no simile for it. If you call me an asshole, I'm not going to be offended because yeah, I'm an asshole. But you're not going to call me a twinkle toed fairy boy when I know I'm a strong black man who has to go out here every day and could potentially be another statistic. No, I'm not going to deal with that at all. I'm not going to tolerate that. I don't let, like, I'm a music teacher. I'm not going to let my students call each other out of their names. I shut that down real, like, I nip that in the bud real quick. I'm not for that. I'm never going to be for that. And that's the same thing in my life. Like, sure, you could call me a bully. I know that I'm not a bully because what you really mean is asshole. So I know what you mean, but that's because, again, I am. And I know that she called me that because I would let her get away with saying whatever she wants. And I know a lot of women are used to that. But you're not going to call me a strong black man who respects the gay community, the LGBTQ plus community, respects them, respects women, respects children, like respects other men who are doing right. I'm not going to have you just call me that and just expect you can't expect to get away with it. That's not how I do. That's never how I'm going to do, you know. And she screenshot like the messages we were having, and it's like to show that she had changed my name to that. And I told her like, I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter what you thought was funny. Like, your words and your actions don't line up. And I told her, like, you fucked up by doing that. Take care of yourself. Blocked her. She messaged me on Instagram and says, hey, um, I should have said that. I'm sorry. You're a strong black man. I shouldn't have called you that. I hope you can forgive me or whatever. And I'm just like, I haven't answered yet. I have no reason to answer. You know, and that was I hadn't gone out on a date. Holy crap! I think the last time I went out on a date was 2019. I think just before, like around the holidays. Yeah, holidays, New Year ish, maybe a little earlier. But yeah, that's the last time I went on a date, out on a date before that, I think, or a first date. Yeah, maybe a first date. But even if it wasn't a date, like as she said, just friends meeting up, we went Dutch. So again, it's a confusing thing. I'm supposed to figure out what this is while you're just enjoying yourself and playing around and all like that. I hate that. I hate being confused. If you're not attracted to me, cool. If you are attracted to me, cool. But don't flip flop and say you're not if you are, or say you are if you're not. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's the first, and that's the first real interaction I've had with a new woman. Um, in in months? No, this year. Yeah, this year. The first interaction with a new woman that I'd never met before, and that's how that goes. I didn't call her out her name. I didn't say anything disrespectful to her. Um, I didn't. I didn't do anything that was cray cray. You know, we were in her car. She was driving me back to the train, and we hooked up. We were kissing, making out in the car. But that was reciprocated. That's what I'm saying. I was confused. Like, don't tell me one thing and then not, and then it'd be something else. You know. And this is why I have an issue with how women have been recently. Like, I'm just not understanding. I'm trying to understand. I am a very supportive person when it comes to my friends. You know, I have guy friends and girlfriends, and I'm supportive of both. If I see something that reminds me of my friend, I'm gonna make sure that they know. I'll tag them in a Facebook post I see, or I'll send them a photo of something that I know represents their love of whatever that is. I'm a very supportive person that way. So to be having to walk on eggshells and having to go through all these obstacle courses for what, to possibly have some fun, to possibly get laid. Emphasis on the word possibly. Like, I've gotten now to the point where just like, look, I'm going out, I'm having a good time. I'm not expecting there to be any uh, under the bra action or whatever. Like, I'm just there to have a good time. And it's like it's just annoying. It really is. I don't want it to be that way. Like I said, I know how to cook. I've been cooking for 20 years. So, I mean, it's not like I'm expecting a woman to be a housewife. You know, I know how to clean. My room is fairly clean. I have to organize my guitar cables and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm a pretty decent guy when it comes to being clean. I know how to wash my own clothes. I know how to separate my darks from my lights from my whites. I know where to use Clorox. I know when that needs to be used and when it doesn't. Yeah, I'm a pretty self-sufficient man. Um, they call us MGTOWs, MGTOW, men that go their own way. Yeah, yeah, men who go their own way. So yeah, like I'm not trying to have this first vlog video be about me bashing women. It's just it's something that I took 2 to 3 weeks to run a little experiment, you know, and these are the results I got. Excuse me. I have another friend. Her and I have had history, and it's one of those things that it's been weird, you know. She's she's chilled over at my house a bunch of times now, a good few times. Um, Sometimes it'll lead to stuff going on. Sometimes it won't. Um, you know, it was very back and forth. The last time she was over, and I was like, okay, if things are going the way it was the time before that, like because she was initiating, maybe that's what it is now. And then it just left. It led up to there being a discussion, not an argument, because there's no need for an argument. There needs to be dialogue. You know, it ended up being a discussion about, well, what is this? Are we friends? Are we being friendly? Like, what is it? Which one is it? And I was just like, look, I would either one works for me. I personally would want to be friendly, but if you're not, then we'll be friends. But the reason why I thought we were being friendly was because last time you were over, you were making the moves on me. So I thought, oh, okay, so we were up in the air the last few times, but from a most recent time, I'm like, okay, maybe this is what it is now. Maybe we're friendly. And then when I was, coming on to her, it was just like, well, not really. And I'm just like, well, what is it? Like, I'm not gonna go where I'm not wanted. So once that was understood, it's like, okay, we're friends now. Cool, no problem. Then we're just friends. Now, if I'm going to be discussing stuff with you, if I want to engage in conversation, I'll hit you up. Hey, what's up? Blah 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 blah. How's the weather in Tokyo? I don't know, just some random shit. Who cares? But I leaned back. I didn't. I didn't push. I asked her if she got home safely because that's just what I do. Um, Guy or girl, I'm always making. I'm always. No, I shouldn't say concerned, but I'm a caring person. I care about them getting home safely. That's what I care about. Um, so yeah, I kind of just leaned back, see what happened. She would send me a couple of posts from Instagram, and I'd like it, or just look at it or whatever. And there was no real conversation, which is fine. We don't have to always have a conversation. I have a friend who I've known for 10 years. Him and I don't talk every day, but as soon as I talk to him, I'll be like, yo, bro, what's good? So I get it. I have a female friend. I don't talk to her every day, but when I talk to her, it's like, hey, what's up? What's up? What's good? What's going on? But, you know, she sent me a post. She sent me a bunch of posts. I looked at them and said, okay, cool. And I leaned back because I'm just like, hey, we both sent each other posts, so it wasn't weird like that always happens. But I just wanted to see. I just wanted to experiment. Are you gonna hit me up first and actually say, hey, what's going on? What are you up to? You wanna hang out? You wanna do something? Cool, not cool, blah blah blah. Like, like something, you know, like. And she sent me a post, and I didn't understand like why she sent it, and I was like, "Are you, are you like?" I didn't understand if she was insinuating something from the way that the post was, but I asked, and she was just like, "No, no, I just sent it, you know," and I'm like, it wasn't a funny post, you know, it wasn't a creative post or video or type thing or whatever, you know. It just seemed like there was something underlying, so I tried to figure out what that was. And she was like, "No, you're reading into it too much, you know, you're overthinking it." And yes, I do have that horrible tendency to overthink things. Yes, I have no problem admitting my faults. But she was like, "I just wanted your opinion on it." And I was like, "Well, if you wanted my opinion on it, why don't you send the post and then say, what do you think about this post?" Like, if you just send the post, like, it's just leaving me like, okay, like, what do you want me to do with this? You know, like, there was no follow up. And that was what, yesterday? I still haven't heard from her, you know? So I don't know if she's hurt or upset by this, but I'm not going to be confused. I've spent the last 4 years being confused, and that is partially my fault because I didn't, uh, um, I didn't learn to make boundaries. That's on me. I did not learn to make proper boundaries, and that's what left me in a very overwhelmed and stressed state. And this is why, again, this is why I did this experiment. Now I know this is a very long video, over half an hour, but I needed to do this. I'm going to continue to do this. I need to get, you know, my thoughts out there, and it's going to be good because it's more so for me than for you guys. Excuse me, but yeah, like it's just an experiment, and it hurt to learn that I put in way too much effort. I put in way too much effort. And I used to think that women were upset by the fact that men put in little to no effort. The fact that they didn't put in enough effort, I thought that was the issue. And it wasn't. It never was the issue. And now that I know, it's going to be different. It sucks now. Like, I'm almost to tears thinking about it because I didn't need to go through all this headache. I, I really did not need to go through all this headache. But it is still a good lesson, a very good lesson learned because I just read this on Instagram, I think earlier today, or maybe yesterday, in the past 24 hours ish. I read something that said something along the lines of karma not necessarily being, you know, bad, but showing you when and where you were being too good. So like what I said, all that effort I put in general, and it's not like it was oh I'm trying to be something I'm not. No, I'm very respectful of women. I'm not out here calling women out their names. I'm not out here bashing women for whatever the hell. Like, genuinely a person that puts no uh, that doesn't put women down. Like, I'm not out here trying to do that. but I'm realizing that I really did have to learn this lesson. I really had to learn this lesson because it is a new perspective. And the irony about it is, I learned this lesson back when I was a teenager, but I didn't know it could get to the level that I discovered it, or that I get to the levels that I have discovered over the last several years. But now I know, and it was at the expense of my own happiness, my own peace of mind, uh, in some cases, my own sanity. But yeah, it is a lesson that I had to learn a second time, and I don't know if I'm necessarily mad about having to learn the lesson again. I think it's more like I am I'm able to take this experience and move forward, like I said, new perspective, new mindset. And yeah, that mindset is not going to be it's not going to be hard for me to adopt, to get into. I think the hard part is going to be me having to ignore the stuff that I was told, ignore the the lessons of what a good guy should be, because I've gone through the last few years being a quote unquote good person, a good guy, and I suffered for no reason. I legitimately suffered, and I didn't get anything out of it. Like, I walked through this entire journey, this valley of death, or shadow of death, or whatever you want to call it from the Bible, and I have reached no promised land. Like, there was no promised land on the other side. It was a mirage. It was just a mirage. Yeah. But it's good. It's taught me a lot. It's taught me a whole hell of a lot of things. It has taught me how I need to move forward. Like, not only how to move forward, but in which manner I'm supposed to move forward. But it still sucks. So yeah, that is my first vlog. Uh, what, 40 minutes in, almost. Long-winded, obviously. But yeah, I was thinking about having it, be a certain time limit. Nah, I don't think it needs to be. That's one of the lessons that I learned from the experience I've just talked about. I'm not going to limit myself. I am not going to limit myself for the sake of somebody else. I did that. Didn't bode well for me. So yeah, I might actually do another vlog before the day's over, because I do like this, you know, this uh, alternative means of therapy. Yeah. All right. So the usual, like, comment, subscribe, um, and I hope you guys are having a good day. Today is Tuesday, again, September 1st of 2020. Yeah, and stay safe out there, guys, and be easy.